Hey everyone. Okay, we're at Deals Gap. Gonna take another run down the dragon on the Ryker. And here's some ladies that came from another spiders. We'll see ya. We'll give it a shot and see how it does in the fall here with the beautiful leaves. The lovely Susan's gonna follow in trail. She doesn't like me to follow her on the dragon. I maybe run just a little bit quicker than she does, although I'm still slow as I can be. But I don't really call this the dragon proper yet. You know, this is sort of the preamble. The dragon actually starts in Tennessee, I think, right up here. You'll see. We've been down it many times. Somebody asked me once how many times I've been down the dragon. I honestly don't know. Upwards of 20 maybe. More down than up. This is the down position from high elevation to low elevation. Sometimes we turn around and come back. Sometimes, like today, we're going to go to the Foothills Parkway, which is at the end of this, and go over toward Townsend, Tennessee, and then maybe work our way back through the park. I don't know yet exactly what we're going to do. The Great Smoky Mountains National Park's beautiful. Cades Cove, Kleeman's Dome, all that's in there, and I've done videos on those, and you're more than welcome to check them out. Here we are coming into Tennessee, and this is what they consider the beginning of the dragon. And I'm not going to go super fast. As you can see, the speed limit's 30 miles an hour. I'm going to try to adhere to that mostly, but I don't know whether the aspect of the camera is such that you really can't tell how tight these turns are. Most of them are, not most of them, quite a few of them are off camber. This one's not, but most of them are off camber, so they're kind of difficult to negotiate, especially on two wheels. Don't have any trouble on this. At low speeds, you can't beat a Ryker or a Spider. I mean, you just really can't. I'd be scraping pegs with my Yamaha at this speed, but have to see what kind of condition the road's in. Last time we rode it, it's got a couple of rough spots now, which is unfortunate. I'm sure it really, if you run it even more than I do, I mean, when I say I've run it a lot, we've been up here a lot of years. I don't run it more than a couple times a year, but we been on it in a car, Spider. Up until just recently, I've been on it more on the Spider than I had on anything else. This is my second time on the Ryker, going down the dragon. And you see, I'm just cruising. I mean, I'm going at I'm showing 34 miles an hour. And this is the straightest area of the dragon, that little part we were just on. So, they're the guys on the Groms. Those are a blast to ride on these, as they tell me. Never have done it myself. Me on the Groms sounded kind of like a girl on a tricycle. But, you know, the way it goes. But, if I were younger and a lot more athletic, I could really push this thing around here. I'm in eco mode still, and could put it in rally mode, and this thing would light up the tire through every corner if I wanted it to. But there's no point in that. I'm just out here enjoying the beautiful view. As long as nobody comes up behind me, I'm going to just hang out and ride along, take it easy. If somebody does come up, I'll pull over at the first opportunity and let them by, because they're obviously in more of a hurry than I am. But I will squirt through some of the corners sometimes just for fun, you know, just because I'm not dead yet. But see, people run off right there. That's a corner that catches you out. The ditches are kind of steep right here on the right-hand side, and of course the left side you're just going down the mountain. So, you know, and like they say, you either hit the mountain or you go off the mountain when you crash here. More often than not, well, I can't say that. Recently, in the last couple of years, more often than not, when we ride the dragon, we come across somebody who's had an accident, and it always seems to be inexperience. I really haven't come across any of the fast movers that have had an accident because of lack of ability. They just, you know, they were picking up their speed, I guess. Killboy.com, if you run down the dragon, they will take your picture, and a couple other companies that do it. If you wait 24 hours or so and you go on their website, you can find the pictures they take. They usually take 2 or 3 or 4 pictures of you, at each location, and you can pick through it. You see one you like, you can get a digital copy for, I think it's $6, and that's great. You've seen. I've used for the exit shot of Susan and I riding away on the. She's on the Spider and I'm on my Yamaha. That's one of the pictures they took. So they're very high quality. I have a great picture that Susan blew up, put on the wall of me of riding my Yamaha, and they just happened. The light was just right. Everything was just right. All right, this guy's behind me, and I didn't see him till just now. So. And we just let him by. If I'd seen him quick enough, I would have pulled off in that little turnaround, but I didn't see him. So they were happy to just go ahead and pass me, and I gave them enough room so they could do it in my lane. There's no point in trying to hold these people up. You know, what's the fun in that? Sure, I'm going much closer to the speed limit than they are, but you know, that's their lookout. Let them do what they want to do, and as long as they don't hurt anybody, I don't care. And really, when you're talking about speeding here on the Dragon, you're not talking about going 80, 90 miles an hour. You're talking about going 40 miles an hour, 35 miles an hour in some spots, you know. So I mean, that was maximum effort for me right there, but that was 30, and I didn't have a whole lot of road left without really getting aggressive on the steering handle bar too. All right, I got another one behind me. Let's see if I can find. I'm not going to cross the lane to get off the highway, but I will pull over here for him. There we go. And another one by me. Now see, you're not supposed to do that. See how he cut off the yellow line right there? Now, I remember correctly, I did that earlier, but I didn't have a blind corner coming up. But that's okay. Again, you ride your own ride here on the Dragon, you know, I wouldn't fuss at him if I could. It's all right. Let him enjoy that motorcycle. I know I enjoy him enjoying my Ryker. What do you think of the trees and all the leaves here? Looks like a lot of the real colorful ones are already down on the ground, but still plenty of them up there. While we're going down here, let's talk about the Ryker here a little bit, because it's really, you know, it's the newest thing I have, and still don't think I have quite 2,000 miles on it yet. We just haven't had a chance to ride much, and don't really like to ride that much around Atlanta. It's not that much fun sitting in traffic on this, or anything really for that matter. But what I like and what I don't like, no particular order. Love the transmission. Love the not shifting and the acceleration. You just want to go, you just go. Just give it the gas. Always in the right gear. What I don't like the transmission. I like shifting. And if it had been available in a model that had a clutch and a regular transmission, I would have preferred that. But it's not offered, so if you're going to get a Ryker, you're going to get this kind of transmission. The only thing about it, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just a little bit annoying. I haven't got the instrument cluster set up so you can see the tach. But at 45 miles an hour to 45 to 50 miles an hour, you're turning 5,000 RPMs, and it's, you know, if you're used to a cruiser, this is just putting along. It sounds like you're just really going, you know, really over revving the motor, but that's just the nature of the beast. This motor's made to rev, and it seems to do fine. I like that it's light, it's easy to flick around, it's got a great suspension. This is the Rally model, and I got the Rally specifically for the better suspension and the better wheels. I don't really plan on taking it off-road that much, if at all. Maybe a dirt road every now and then if I happen to come across one. I want to see what's the end of it. But see here, what else? Let me go down the list. I didn't much care for the bar end mirrors that came with it, so I got these. They seem to be working better. I've changed. I got a different seat pad on it. I got the better seat. I'm still working with that because I'm kind of the configuration. I'm trying to make it into sort of more of a cruiser than a sport bike, which is really what the Ryker is off the showroom floor. The angle of the seat's not the best. The ergonomics are not the best, and I've changed the bars out. I've changed the pegs out for footboards. I've got highway bars, bigger brake pedal, a lot of other things that I've added to it, but that's just accessories. There's nothing wrong with the Ryker. I didn't have to change any of that. I could have ridden it all stock just like it was, and I did. I rode it stock for, oh, I don't know, at least a week before I started putting a lot of stuff on it. Anything else I don't like? I didn't like, well, you know, when you first get them, it has a little tiny little storage compartment. Everybody complains about that. There we go. That's a great thing about a Ryker. See, I just pulled off the edge of the road right there. I mean, I didn't have to, wasn't worried about tipping over or anything like that. You know, didn't get a chance. Again, I'm talking, I didn't get a chance to see them ahead of time. I would have tried to get out of their way. But you really can't tell. I mean, people sneak up on you here. That's one of the other things that you got to watch out for. You'll be cruising along and you know, you'll be concentrating on your ride and doing what you're doing. All of a sudden, next thing you know, that 4 or 5 of those guys are right up on your bumper, and you know, you don't know, you know, what are you going to do? You know, you forget to watch where you're going, and that's when you run off the road, and that's when you make a mistake. And it's easy to do, but hopefully that won't happen. But now that again, like I'm on 3 wheels, and that's one of the things I love about this Ryker. It is stable. You will not fall over on this Ryker, unless, well, I guess you could. You'd have to go really, really fast and maybe hit something or whatever. That's a McLaren, in case anybody's keeping track. But we are, you know, I'd say 35 miles an hour and below. You can't really do anything to make this thing get you into trouble. It has ABS, it has active suspension monitoring, it has what I call mother. I guess mother encompasses all that. But there's some people taking it easy. Hey guys, and so you can power out of these corners if you want to really be, you know, really want to jump it. But no need. I don't need to. I'm having fun just cruising along. I'm sure people are catching me, but people will always catch me. I'm old. I'm gray. I'm slow. What can I tell you? But really loving the different colors today. It's great. I did put a backrest. I've got a lot of accessories on this. If I haven't done one recently, at some point I'll do another video and I'll show you all the modifications I've done. But all in all, I'm very happy with the Ryker. It's a blast up here in the mountains. You know, I don't like to ride anything that much around the Atlanta area where I am right now, but as far as when we get to come up here to the mountains, you know, it's a toss-up between this and the Yamaha, and I love the Yamaha. I'd be buried with that Yamaha, but this is a good one. I really like it. So we're moseying on down through the Dragon. I'm lucky so far. We haven't seen anybody that's had any kind of a accident or anything, and I hope it stays that way. For those of you who've never been on a Ryker, or a Spider even for that matter, keep an eye out. A lot of the dealers will have dealer days where you can go down and get on one. If you you know, sometimes they'll let you take it around the block or whatever, but you can also, they also offer schools. They're not that expensive, and you get to spend a couple of days on a Ryker, usually is what they have you on, and you can see if they're right for you. 10 years ago, I don't know if this would have been right for me. Now, you know, it is. And so, it's fun. There's Killboy again. Gonna get some more pictures of me. Yahoo! Whee! But, I don't see, 128's the other guy that's usually out here. I don't see him right now. Maybe he's somewhere else today. But, like I said, I really love my cruiser. Until I got the Yamaha, until I got my V-Star 1300, I had never been on a cruiser. And I was convinced that cruisers would never be for me, that I would never want one. But I got on that first one and fell in love. Absolutely said, why have I not been riding one of these all this time? And I'm beginning to feel that way about this. You know, oh, there you go. There's a cool trike. Hey. Those are what you, you know, those of us in the Spider Ryker community, that's a trike. A trike is single wheel in the front, 2 wheels in the back. This is, according to Can-Am, this is a roadster. And if you look up a definition of a roadster, it's a, you know, full-time convertible. There's no top and all this stuff. You know, it applies well to the slingshots as well. But we call them roadsters. That's what it says on the title and all that good stuff. The description of the bike. I call it a bike. You know, I ride it like a bike. I wear my bike gear to ride it. It's open air. It's just got one extra wheel. You know. So. But anyway, it's like I said, it's fun. Oh, here he is. There's 129 photos. There you go. Go look at his site too later and see how the picture turns out for that too. Oh, he didn't get me till just then. Ooh. The good picture was back there, Buddy Rowe. All right. This is one of the few openings. We're getting that opening means we're getting kind of near the end. Some of the best parts that we've already gone through. But it's all still really nice. Oh, who's this? Oh, Slayer, 129 Slayer. He's also a picture taker. Now that's a tight little corner right there. I wonder how many people crash by looking at the camera guy, and just like I did, and then not realizing that was a super tight turn. But fortunately, old Ryker got me through it without any problem. I haven't even hit the brakes yet. I don't know if you've noticed that. Don't believe I've hit the brakes on this trip down the dragon yet. That just means I'm going too slow. But really, you know, if you've been able to watch the speedometer at all on here, I'm pretty close to the speed limit. And if you can go out here and run the speed limit around all these corners, you're a better man than I am. But I sure can't do it. Oh, there's 129 again. Well, they're all out in force today. I know why they set up right in a corner, is because that's all we have. There aren't really that many straightaways, and everybody wants to get your picture all leaned over, and you know, some of these fast guys, knees on the ground and all that good stuff. Unfortunately, they're all on the outside of the corner, which is good. I mean, you get that one view, but you don't get the other side because it's just not possible the way the road is. I hope you've enjoyed this trip down the Dragon. I certainly have, even though I've been talking incessantly the whole way. What you can do, I highly recommend it, is if you decide you want to watch this again just for the view, just turn the sound down. That's what Susan does. And so, you know, she likes to just put it on. She'll put on my videos and turn the sound down and just watch the ride and remember what it was like. Hopefully she's doing good behind me. I haven't seen her in the mirrors, but then again, I don't expect to, because she will not go, she won't go as hard into some of the corners as I have. And then again, I'm not trying to go fast. I mean, I'm going 33 and a 30 mile an hour. You know, if I were a fast mover, I'd be picking up speed right here to make up time. And we're 1 mile from the outlook. There we go. Hey, Spider. Somebody else with the right idea. You know, I've never owned a Harley, but I don't have anything against Harleys. Until now, I never owned a Spider. I never owned a Ryker. I never had anything up against them. You know, I don't care what you ride. You know, that's your decision. You should make that decision. Nobody should make it for you. And enjoy what you ride. You know, I've had you know, my first bike was a SL 350 Honda, and I had the most fun on that bike. I don't know that I've ever had as much fun on a bike as I've had on that. And maybe it's just because it was my first, you know. But I'd still be happy with that bike today. I love to ride it. Would it be something I would take on long trips? No. Would I take it down this? Absolutely I would. But anyway, we're going to come up here to the end here pretty soon. We're going to stop at the overlook and wait for the lovely Susan to catch up. We're going to continue on down the down 129 here to the Foothills Parkway. We'll take a right onto the Foothills Parkway and work our way over to Townsend, Tennessee. And I think we're going to go down into the National Park and just come back that way. Stop at the visitor center going out of the park, and Maybe the elk will be out, maybe they won't, I don't know. It's still pretty early, it's just noon. Usually they come out about 3 or so, but we may stop and eat lunch somewhere, who knows. Anyway, yeah, we're getting near the end here when you can start seeing the river down below. Yep, there it is right there. All right, guys, I hope, and girls, I hope everybody's enjoyed the ride along, and if you get a chance, come to the Tail of the Dragon. Give it a shot. See how you do. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.